Hi guys, so welcome to video 5. So in this video, I'd like to talk a little bit more about how calories work, how we burn fat and how we lose weight. Hello, so I've just moved over to my virtual whiteboard, so hopefully you can see me here and hopefully you can see my screen. So I'm going to explain to you now how calories work and how we lose and gain weight. So if you imagine the body as a fuel tank, as having like a fuel tank, imagine like a car or something. We need a certain amount of calories per day to function. So I'm just going to draw a fuel tank here. So imagine this as a fuel tank. And on the fuel tank, the level at which we need to fill the fuel tank to function per day is here. And we call that the maintenance level, so the maintenance calories. The amount of calories we need to maintain our body weight per day. So in this example, I'm just going to use 2,000 because it's an easy number. So 2,000. So when we eat above this maintenance level, we put on weight. And when we eat below this maintenance level, we lose weight. So when we put on weight, it's called a calorie surplus. We have a surplus to requirement. And when we lose weight, it's called a calorie deficit. We have a deficit of calories. So let me just explain these two scenarios to you. So let's say that we are eating less than 2,000 calories per day. What happens? So let me just choose a different color here from my chart, from my color selection. I'm going to go with orange. So let's say we eat to here and there's a gap between the amount of calories we've consumed. So let's say it's 1,800, just for an example, between the amount of calories we consumed and the amount of calories we need. So we need 2,000, we've only consumed 1,800. There's a gap. So we need to get that energy from somewhere because otherwise we can't function. We haven't got enough calories. So what our body does, let me get my pen out again. So what our body does, I'll go for black, is my terrible drawing now comes out. What our body will do is it will take energy, from the fat we have in our body to fill this gap up. So calories come from the fat in our body to fill this gap up from 1,800 to 2,000, and we will burn fat and lose weight. So instead of this 200 calories that we need here coming from food, it comes from the fat we have in our body. So 200 calories from fat in our body comes and fills the gap up, and we burn fat and lose weight. So that's how we burn fat. We're in a calorie deficit and the energy comes from our body. Now the opposite happens if we eat or consume too much. So let's delete this and say we consume more than the 2,000 calories. So let's say, let me just draw this in, we go for 2,200. And yeah, basically we've filled up the bar more than it should do. And let me just draw it in. We're eating at this level. So what happens now is, if I can work out how to do this, the person here, what we do, we have too much energy. We have consumed to the amount we need per day, and we have some left over. So what happens is the calories from this are stored in our body. So they're stored as fat, and we put on weight. So this is a calorie surplus. We've eaten too much, and we don't have anything to do with it. We can't use it. So our body stores it as fat, and we put on weight. So that's basically how calories work. If we're in a deficit, we burn calories from our body fat. If we are in a surplus, we add calories to our body fat and we put on weight. And if we're at a maintenance, we maintain our weight. We're eating just how much we need. And as long as there's a gap maintained here, we will be burning energy from our body fat and we will lose weight. Now this gap can be created in two ways. It can be created by consuming less, so eating less food. So here this can be going up and down. So if we eat even less, it might be at 1,700. And that creates a 300 calorie deficit. Or, let me just delete the things around here. We might do more exercise or move more, and the amount we require goes up. So this might go up to, say, 2,100 or 2,200, depending on whatever we do. So you can see how consuming less calories can create the deficit, or actually moving more can create the deficit, or something in between, doing both. So we might consume a little less and move a little more, and we create this deficit here. So as long as there is a deficit, like I said, you'll be losing fat. And we want to create a moderate deficit, not too much and not too little. So you want to be losing weight fast enough, but you don't want to be in such a big deficit. Say you cut loads of calories out, say 1,300, so this comes way down here. Not sure where that's gone. But at the same time, this can make you more lethargic and make you want to rest more. So the amount of calories you need comes right down. So it actually reduces the deficit. So in this case, you're consuming a lot less, but also you need a lot less. So you're depriving yourself, really. You're not eating much, you're not feeling very good, but you don't need many more calories because you've reduced the amount you need by making your body more efficient and bringing down, people say, slower metabolism, but it's not really a slower metabolism. You've reduced your requirement. So what you want to do is try and eat as much as possible and move quite regularly enough just to maintain both this high requirement for calories and also so the high requirement for calories here, and still be able to eat enough. So hope you enjoyed the video. Again, like, share and comment, and I'll see you in the next one.